beautiful. I hope that music gets you rocking and rolling because every time I hear that music, I get pumped up, I get excited, I feel ignited, and I'm so happy to be here talking to you live, sharing with you what's happening, what's unfolding, and what's going on here at HQ at Ignite headquarters. Well, I hope wherever you are in the world, you're having some fun, enjoying life, you're looking out onto the horizon, realizing how beautiful and lucky you are, because if you are a part of the Ignite community, I know for a fact you're doing phenomenal things. You're blessed. Your world is amazing and you are making impact. And why I say that is because, well, we love to do exactly the same thing here with our authors, with our storytellers, with the people with a mission and a message. And of course, we've got one of our tried and true authors showing up today because big day, big launch day. We are launching Dr. Jo Dee Baer's book, The 21 Days to Your Best You. You are going to love it, love it, love it, love it. And Jo Dee is joining us to talk about the magic, the wonder, the mystery, the amazingness of her new book launching today on Amazon. Come on in, Jo Dee. Let's talk to you about your book.
Oh, magical, marvelous miracles. And it was making a difference. That's what we did, JB, wasn't it? And it was, you know what I want to do? I just want to thank your team. We're honoring the late Danya Zafar. I want to honor Mimi. Oh, Mimi, I think you work like 22 hours a day and take care of your children, the other two. I know you're going to be watching this. Your executive team, Fritch and Carolina and Zoe going into the details. But then Steph Elliott coming in at the last minute. It was such a team effort. And with Peter by your side and beneath you and before you. And I hope I didn't forget anybody, but last but not least, I love you. Oh, and Georgia, you're going to watch this. You and the proofreading wizard, Amazon gift cards will always be yours, thanks to Jo Dee Baer and her misspells and her typing way of doing things. Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you.
Well, I just appreciate you mentioning all the team, right down to my daughter, who you were so kind to get her some teenage work, put her to work a little bit. We had a fun time creating this book. And I posted on my Facebook this morning. I hope everybody saw. I said, okay, folks, this is what I love to do. And it goes beyond publishing. It's not just about printing books. I posted some pictures of you and I together in Florida when we were on the beach and at the pool. And I said, it's more than just a business. This is more than just publishing. This is friendship. This is connection. This is impact. This is why I do what I do, because I get to lock arms with, be friends with, spend time with, grow and expand with people just like you, Jo Dee. So I'm really appreciative of everything that you have put in to make this book come to fruition, working with us, working with our team, and you got to congratulate you. Hours and hours and hours and months and weeks of effort to make sure that you created a book that really reflects you. Talk a little bit about that process, because there are some people who are watching this who are like, what? Didn't she just join White Glove that not long ago? What? Didn't she just start that project? And now here you are launching today.
517, if you put it together, and we're not going to go to the total thing with 4, but 13 is my lucky number. I've been with this launch process 13 months. And I said, yes. I hear you, JB, that you say, just give your head a shake and say, do it. Say yes. Say yes. I said yes to coming in with you and your pink hair. When we were in coaching with Les Brown, I said yes to going ahead and doing the Igniting Hunger in You. If you're out there, guess what? I had never written a thing except my master's thesis. And guess what? It was more singing than saying. It was more words, because that's my background, being a classically trained musician. But what I found through this writing process, JB, I haven't shared this with anybody. What happened with writing, Ignite the Hunger. Then I had another story with Ignite Wisdom. And I knew there was a third story, which our wonderful, incomparable Les Brown said that he would take these 3 stories and say, your diagnosis is not your prognosis. There's another book coming out of just Jo Dee. But what happened in all of this, and I'm going to backtrack to this, it was so amazing. When you sing, there's something that happens. I started out playing the piano. You feel it in your fingers. I remember all those years of singing classically trained opera, and you feel it in your voice. The same magic happened when I started writing.
Mm.
Outline. If you've never done this before and you're listening to this, if I can do it, you can do it. I put my gym shorts on one leg at a time. You can do it because you absolutely say, you give a plan, you give a purpose. I've had my avatar, Harry and Harriet Health. They were 42 to 45, my children's age, with 2.5 kids. They said, oh, my goodness, COVID hit. What do I do? I thought we have health. We go to Whole Foods, but there's so much more. And then I reached back into my arsenal and said, I have this in what you did with that outline. You went ahead and you gave us the avatar, the outline, the dedication, preface. I know there are other ways to do books, and that's great because there are 8 billion people in the world. But this way is a tried and true way. If you've never done it, like I'd never done it, but I had a vision back in 1995 when the .com turned down. And my sons were 15 and 17. That was not their ages, yes, but it was also their shoe size. Single mom. I had a downturn economy and I had a mission to do something. Created my company. It was extremely successful into the tens of millions. But when Bob Baer came, my husband came to find me on the beach and we married a year later. I sold that company. Never know what your background is going to do to your present and your forefront in your vision, because then in that, with my coursework, with my dissertation, came my Kabbalah, my dissertation, the 6 pillars of human existence, according to medical preventative Eastern medicine. Now, JB, I don't know about you, but that's kind of a long title for a book, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And you want to, and people, and what I love about this book is they need digestible pieces, and you really created that.
Yes. And then what happened? And then another thing, then I went ahead after the dissertation and I said to my husband, who's an accomplished author, archaeologist in his field, many, many books, going on number 14. And I said, honey, do you think I could do that too? How you brought your vision of William Randolph Hearst to the page? And he said, yes, because you have a way of telling your story. Why can't you tell it in your words? And what I found, I got to say it again. I know I already said it. It was magical. It was miraculous. It was no mystery that the same muse came in my fingers as I started typing, like came from my piano background and my voice, because you brought that out in me to have 21 days. Now, guess what? I can be my best you. You can be your best you. We've come full circle. And if I had done it with a ghostwriter, I almost took the weenie approach in 1999. I almost did, because I've never written a book. I need a ghostwriter. No, I just needed the pink millionaire to fall into my life. Thank you, JB.
Thank you so much for saying that. Such a great story, such great background, such great tenacity. And so, folks, if you're watching this and you're listening, of course, you absolutely are going to fall in love with Jo Dee. Her enthusiasm is infectious. But what is this book about? How is this book going to help you? What is the mission? Well, along with her musical training, Dr. Jo Dee Baer has been in nutritional and foundational health for over 4 decades. She has an incredible plethora of experience and education in holistic health. She's overcome her own health challenges. And so this book is really born out of a lot of the things we went through in the pandemic, a lot of the health pandemic that's happening with the lack of nutrition, poor food quality. What do you call it? Frankenstein food?
Frankenfood.
Definitely Frankenfood. And Jo Dee has worked so hard to really be an advocate for people's health. And I think this book really brings a lot of that together. Share a little bit about some of the pieces that people can look forward to experiencing in these 21 days.
And the 21 days really started my 4 decades. I don't think I've ever said this. And I think this is important because music was my talent, but health became my passion when my oldest son, he was a bun in the oven. And I went to my first Little H League meeting because I knew I wanted to give my unborn baby the best health. Now, I have no filter. I thought I would tell you something new that y'all didn't know about me, but it was really a big deal in my 20s. And I remember going to this meeting. I looked at this table, and it had 2 food groups, additives and preservatives. And I just spot out what I said. I said, you mean we're going to put this in this and this? Because they were holding their babies. And this woman, you don't know who's going to walk into your life, ladies and gentlemen, who will give you that catalyst. Because if you're called, you're equipped. And she looked at me and said, well, if you're so smart, why don't you do something about it? And I went into the challenge. It was my ego. I got my first health coaching certification back in 1980. And guess what? Those nutritional protocols are still what La Leche League International goes by for their unborn children and their babies. You never know the impact you're going to make. You never know. Taking these 21 days, because what I did, I broke it down into 3 parts. 21 days. You think women have a cycle. Well, guess what? Human beings have a cycle, JB. It's an energetic cycle. We've heard it 21 days to make or break a habit, but it's more than that. There's 7 keys of each of 3 sections. 21, then 7. What are the 3 sections? We did this together. I remember I said in my coaching, JB, this is genius. This is genius. You and you, because you're the only person that will never leave you. Husbands, I had a situation, husbands or wives may, but you will never leave you, birth to death. So be good to you incorporated. You're the president of your own corporation. This is social science in these 6 pillars. Then to go to keys of relationships, results, enthusiasm, attitude with love. So then you go on to
I want to say real relationships. That's what I liked about it. It's real, REAL, like relationships that are real and authentic, and how you create a real relationship. I thought that was a really great play on words. As a wordsmith myself, I love that.
And you said to us that we needed to create some of our own words. We did. We went ahead and called them the motivatables. There's another new word, because you want to be motivated until you are a motivator. We're motivatables. We have a few in there. But then you go from you and others, and then you and your world. Your world may be a stay-at-home mom. That's the most important job on planet Earth, to nurture the next generation up there. You might be an entrepreneur, lawyer, doctor, nutritionist, a global leader. That's you and your world. Taking care of that, as I said in wisdom, when you take care of you and your world, the world around you is empowered forever.
Such beautiful, and the book is filled with quotes. The book is filled with little tidbits and little antidotes, which I think is so great, because if you know Dr. Jo Dee Baer, you will know that she loves to make connections and be wordsmith and be witty and bring things together. And so the book is peppered with all of these fun things that she shares with you, these unique perspectives that get you thinking differently, and most importantly, thinking about how you can do it. A lot of books will just tell you what to do. This is a book that gets you thinking about how you can do it to empower you. And when you empower yourself, you empower others. There's some working exercises in the book where you can write things in at the back, which I think is quite brilliant. There's a lot packed into this, and I think that's a great thing, because you also suggest that people can open it up and read it at will. They can do this days consecutively. They can follow it repetitively. They can do the sections. They can do, like, there's really no wrong way to enjoy this book other than not reading it. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes. And yes. And the tidbits, what we did, because as I said, there are 6 pillars of human existence. It's built around my brand. Now that is Foundational Health. It's no longer Ted's Dry Cleaners. Thank you very much, JB. and by the way, read day 14. I give honor to my 3 coaches. Last but not least, JB Owen. That was the most fun part, writing that about you. And I remember when Mimi said, she said, well, are you going to write an acknowledgement for JB? I said, well, I already wrote like a page, but I'll do some more, because there's just so much more in there. So what do we have here? We have something that you can go these 6 pillars to digress into that. We are spiritual beings, spiritual pillar, then your physical pillar, mental, emotional. Then we go to social and the financial bedrock, so you can do everything else. Psychologist, love doctor Leo Buscaglia said, we are spiritual beings in a human existence. We are here on earth. We start with the spirit. So then we peppered those things. There are a lot of my quotes. There's some of my colleagues in there. You have 2 or 3. There's everyone. And of course, the incomparable Les Brown, when I called him to thank him for his foreword, thank him for doing this. And he said, I will download the book. I said, there's only one more thing that was quoted because it is my life, my belief. And my life of my spiritual existence. Okay. I said, there's just one thing that I've quoted more than you, Les. It was the Holy Bible. And he just cracked up. He loved that. He goes, I love being number 2. I love being number 2.
He is so great. And I just want to give you kudos, of course, having Les Brown write the foreword is phenomenal. Les Brown, one of the top motivational speakers on the planet, really has been a great mentor to you. You've been a part of his ecosystem, and I think it's phenomenal. And we just want a big shout out to Les Brown. He's an incredible individual. I love him with all my heart. I was even listening to something from him on YouTube this morning. I was like, I'm going to just call Les and tell him, like, it's just amazing just to hear him share something. He is so inspiring. And again, fabulous that he's a part of this book. Let's talk for a second about the ways that when people are stepping into the best versions of themselves, how they're making an impact for others. And, you know, we have a lot of things distracting us these days. There's a lot of reasons not to do something. Many people are publishing books. Lots of people are asking you to go to Amazon today and download. But I just want you to speak a little bit, because if there's one thing you do today to help yourself, to ignite yourself, to empower yourself, to become the best version of you, this is the easiest thing you can do, because Jo Dee's book is free today for digital download. But Jo Dee, can you share a little bit about that? Because everyone's looking for the answer, and sometimes the answer is right in front of them and they don't grab hold of it.
The grabbing hold is that I've got to go back to what happened to me when I was 24 years old, when I was broadsided by a Lincoln Continental on my way to singing the solo performance of Handel's Messiah with the St. Paul Chamber Orchestra. I was paralyzed from the shoulders on down with a surgical halo. That's where my spiritual, don't do a whole lot when you have this thing going this way and you're face down. So I don't mean this anything more than my other years of 45 years, every single day. I get up in the morning, I put my feet on the ground and I feel my feet. I am so grateful, because I know what it feels not to feel your feet. So gratitude, it's a big buzzword these days, but gratitude. And I'm going to come full circle. I heard Dr. Bernie Siegel, who's going to be on our excellence, our Life of Excellence Summit that we're doing, JB, on Sunday. And he always said, today when we taped his segment, he said to love yourself. And that's not like ushy gushy love. Love yourself. The best version of yourself when you stay in that. And we had a little bit of a rewrite with this, because I know what it says in natural medicine, but we wanted to give it a little softer for you. There's regeneration and degeneration, and it starts with confidence. This is my third word. It starts with confidence, and then we regenerate. It goes into confidence, joy, love, passion, and ecstasy. When you get that bit, when you've crossed over from confidence to frustration, you're already on that downward spiral to feeling frustrated, anger, hatred, and we know the rest. So get yourself back up to confidence, so then you can feel the joy and love that is only one day, one best version of yourself. Gratitude absolutely is the first and key thing. And then end with regeneration yourself with confidence would be my 2. I always have to give you 2. I always do.
Of course. We love it. We love it. Let's bring up the cover of the book so the audience can see it. It's a beautifully designed book, 21 Days to Your Best You. It's all about unfurling and expanding and awakening and opening up to the possibilities of what you can do in the 6 pillars of health and wellness and spirituality, relationships, finance. There's so many good and juicy pieces in it. If you go to Amazon right now, there's a link below. And also you can just Google it on Amazon or search it on Amazon and you will find it. It's absolutely free today. And for the next 3 days, we encourage you to get a copy because I know there's one juicy nugget in here that is going to help you and make a big difference. And of course, you want to download it while it's free and available and share it with as many people as possible. You can forward this Facebook Live to people after it's finished and say, hey, check this out. This is really good. I think you would need this. I'm sure there's someone in your life who you know could improve and feel better about their best selves. And so we love for you to share and absolutely encourage people to download. Jo Dee, let's take the last few minutes to talk a little bit about your summit. As you know, at Ignite, we ignite lives and we do nothing but make ourselves available to ignite humanity. Jo Dee's doing a summit on Sunday. Tell us a little bit about how that's unfolding.
I tell you, I learned this from I told Peter the other day, guess who I learned it from? You guys. Okay, you have a summit, but then you have a party. Well, in my world, it had to happen the other way. So Saturday, you can go to, and if Peter can put this up so that people have this link, it's all the information right then and there, is drjodee.com/events. Saturday, we're doing a party. You know how I spelled the word? You already said I do a play on words. It's party listus. You know why? I want your list of you and what your life wants to be. It's friends, family. If you're out there on Facebook and you know me, go hit that link button at noon to 2. I don't know who's going to show up. I don't care. I know the right people are going to show up. We have a summit that will hold 200 people on Facebook. It's going to be streamed to my colleague Blanca Perper's Laws of Life, which fits. It kind of fits in this. So it's going to be on Facebook. It's going to be a Zoom. And then we have the best of the best. And I'm telling you, I'm so honored. It's always the friend of a friend to meet Dr. Khalila Kamancho Ali, Muhammad Ali's wife, a month ago. We ended up being fast friends. When I walked into a room, I said, are we the best looking two women that we know that are like 40? And because she's a couple years older than me, we became fast friends. She is going to be keynoting. Les Brown, of course, is going to be there. You are following, which you can follow anyone, JB, Dr. Khalila Kamancho Ali. And then we go into Les Brown, my coach, performer, yes, on coaching, executive performer, but former baseball professional. My coach, Jay Noland, will be the end note. But in between, this is the peppering of Dr. Gary Sanchez, Manny Lopez, JB. I met them through you. And then we have Blanca Perper. We have 20 speakers in there. My doctor friends. After you, Dr. Jim Marinakis, my absolute sensei teacher for the last 20 years, half of my career. And what he's taught me in holistic health will be imparting how you can take your health and wealth into business. And this is going to every 15 minutes. It's sponsored by Ignite. It's sponsored by Confidence Tones. It's sponsored by businessfromhome.net. And then these 5 doctors, my cadres and my bestie, CEO Renee Brown, talking about mental health, and Kim Jacobs, who gave me the idea. And I hope I remember everybody, but you know, if I didn't, I'm not looking at a script. You know who you are. Josh Payne on the financial sector. Kim Jacobs said, you always have a way to do something inspiring for charity. And you know, it was the next day when I talked to Kim that we found out the tragic news of Danya Zafar's passing. And I want to say that Jay Noland, thank you, Jay Noland, for collaborating with me to get 99.9% of Danya's front of the cover. You created the in design of the book because it was gone with her in the tragedy. So half of all proceeds of every book purchased, everything purchased this week and next week through the summit, Mike King did an amazing, and you'll see it. I'll give you the link after the fact. You can go to eventbrite.com. You can donate there and make a donation for Danya. It's from 11 to 4:30. We will be on Traverse TV, YouTube, here on Ignite TV. And I'm telling you, it's going to be an event and a moment to remember. These are the best of culture's best. And also Dame Doria Cordova and Dr. Bernie Siegel, 90 years young. And what I have learned from him, helping his family choreograph his memoirs for his literary agent. And it all comes back to just saying yes. I said yes to Ignite the Hunger. Now I'm helping a famous Love, medicine, and miracles. That was the love part that I looked from Bernie. Gratitude, love, confidence. Guess what? We went ahead and we created his memoirs, and who knows where this is going to go, because you ignited this in me, JB. It's definitely, the inferno is there. I can't believe I just said on live streaming that I know what the next book is going to be. I already know what it's going to be. It's going to be the baby one that Les Brown told us about. And, I just wanted to say one thing. I wanted to kind of set aside, I wanted to teach this book. And I said yes to Mimi. I said to your wonderful executive editor, because she said to me when you were in India, she said, your readers want to know you too, Jo Dee. And I go, they do? Yes, they do, because everyone has a story. And I sat down one of these Wednesdays and the muse came up, and I thought, now I am a senior citizen, so I have a few stories. I came up with the magic number 7. And there are 7 stories from when, and I'm not giving it away, but when I was broken down in a car, in my pajamas in Atlanta, Georgia, on Interstate 285. There are stories of me sitting and doing a business deal in the financial sector. There are stories, because everyone has a story, whether you get your feet wet the whole way, whether you dive in like I'm a triathlete and I swim, or you just go and wade in the water. There's a place for people to see and hear your story. You don't know everywhere it's going to go. If you say yes, give your head a shake, OPO says, and say yes, yes, yes.
I'm going to take my song, This Girl Is on Fire, and pass it over to you, girl. I'm passing it over. As you can hear, she's on fire. She's got amazing things. We can just sit back and enjoy listening to all of the ignited magic that she's unfolding. I just want to congratulate you. Well done. You've done a great job. It's so exciting to just watch you just soar, just, extrapolate, just like experience. Like, it's just, I got to figure out a new word for you, because it is just fantastic. You've done a great job. This book is wonderful. Folks, once again, we'll put it up on the screen. Go to Amazon, get a copy of Jo Dee's book, read the days, be a part of what she's doing, attend the summit. We'll put the link up for the summit again. You can always find it. Just Google 21 Days to Your Best You. Go to Amazon, go to her website. She's everywhere. She's rocking it. She's making it happen, and she's igniting lives. Congratulations. We are so impressed with what you're doing today, tomorrow, and Friday. You can download the book. Saturday, you can join the party. Sunday, you could be at the summit. There's a lot going on for the next 5 days. So just be a part of what's happening. Thank you so much for being here. Blessings to you. Well done. Go out and celebrate.
Oh,
Keep
yeah.
sharing the message and just bask in the 21 days of your best you.
Much love, honor. And remember, I typed it in. It is drjodee.com/events. It is going to be broadcast everywhere, because I said yes. And I am celebrating. And by the way, after Sunday, the Bears are going to the beach.
Yay. This is part of the relaxation part. All right. Thank you so much, Jo Dee. Have a good one. Enjoy your launch day. Well done.
Thank you.
Well, folks, I hope you have an opportunity to download the book. At Ignite, we only do empowerment books. We only do the books that we feel will inspire you. And so blessings, and enjoy the 21 Days of Your Best You by Dr. Jo Dee Baer, available right now on Amazon. Go download it. And of course, then upload a review, share your thoughts, jump on the community Facebook page, leave a message after this post, and just share your thoughts and congratulate our fellow Ignite author. All right. Blessings, everyone. Take care. Big hugs and kisses to you.
Now, more than ever, we need to come together to connect with one another. We need to feel the truth in who we are and let go of everything that's happened in the past. We need to empower every person on the planet and awaken hearts, enliven souls, come together, laugh, play, rejoice, connect, create, and love. It's time to ignite humanity. We want you to be a part of something that will impact the future for everyone. We want you to tell your story, share your Ignite moment, show people who you truly are. Be a part of igniting humanity and making a difference in the world and all of our futures.